Are you thirsty?
Yeah,
okay.
my mouth. Go away, bro.
Go for it,
Yeah, no, this is the last one I'll take. Does she sell them, does she?
White girls, bro.
Oh, it's just for our clients, yeah?
Yeah. No, not even that. She's sponsored by it, so
She's sponsored by it,
uses it every episode.
Right.
Oh, sick.
And she's only done 2 episodes.
Fair play.
So like, all the, God,
No.
I'm saying you up this side, like,
Oh, Plantain, what's the gig, brother?
Yo.
Yeah, I don't like the way so you support Chelsea. You support Chelsea?
See what it is, yeah? I don't actually watch football.
This guy's a clown, man.
Do you know what it is? When I was like
clown.
9, one of my brethren, he gave me a Chelsea jersey, and that was me for the rest of my life.
So you actually support him?
I only know Cole Palmer. God knows.
Mindomes is gonna love this one because he's a cheap
Only
Chelsea
know Cole
fan, man.
Palmer,
Fuck Chelsea, I hate Chelsea, bro.
Who'd you support?
Arsenal.
Arsenal?
Arsenal fan, bro. Yeah, my dad.
Like
my
a Nigerian uncle.
My dad. My dad and my brother's Chelsea.
Son, you.
My sister's Liverpool. My daughter's Liverpool. And my other 2
How old is
brothers
your
are
daughter?
Arsenal. She's 12.
Wow.
Yeah, she likes. Damn. Yeah, she likes Trent, so that's why she supports Liverpool. Yeah. Did you play much yourself growing up, or did you play
I
any
was
sports?
fat as shit, man. I didn't play anything.
You were. Yeah, you're looking well.
Thanks very much.
No, but I think you're even slimming even more, bro.
I am.
Yeah. What got you? Did bullying get you into the gym? I was just no, because bro, I got bullied into the gym, but I was like, you know what? Now I want to go back now because I was doing Yemi Fitness.
Yeah.
But obviously, I wasn't really. I felt pressured, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't.
It doesn't work when you're
I didn't
pressured.
like it. I obviously I had to kind of like obviously check in and all. And look, people are gonna watch this and probably think, oh, you didn't have the determination or whatever. I do have determination, but it was just what I was going through at that period.
No,
That's
bro. Bro, it's,
Go
you're
ahead.
100% with it because it's based on what's going on in your life. Do you know that kind of way? Like I've been going to the gym for years since I started college. Nothing ever changed until like I was like, you know what? I'm going to prioritize this to the detriment of other things probably, but I just put that first. You're only human. There's only so much you can do. Do you know that kind of way? If you're 900 kilograms, if you're 50 kilograms, we're still going in the same box. Do you know that kind of way? And I say that I don't say that to say that don't do this, don't do that. But there's periods in your life where you need to put other things more to the front of your life. Do you know that kind of way? I know somebody that spends their whole life working on fitness won't agree with me, but that's fine. Do you know that kind of way? I feel like every life there's like different stages of stuff. But yeah, being fat growing up was it wasn't even
being fat growing up was crazy.
you know, once like it's just my dad didn't really want me to be in sports. He got me into music and acting and other stuff instead. Do you know that kind of way? Because he's just the way my dad was, you know, that kind of way. But as I got older, I think it was only like in the last 2 years I started going gym. I still don't really play sports now, you know, as an adult. It was just never my thing, you know.
Let me see, we're just on gym, and obviously we're gonna get into your story in a minute. But what? And I probably know the answer, but do you think like eating better has gotten you to where you're at now? Because obviously you said you've been in the gym for a while. Because they always talk about the nutrition side. It's like as important as the lifting and stuff.
Do you know what it is?
Dropped a lot, bro.
Yeah, but I'm down. I think when the last time I was big, I was 110.
Jesus.
Now I'm 85.
Yeah.
You know? Do you know what it is? I kind of learned my body better. Do you know that kind of way? I was never a sweets person. I was never like, I hate crisps. I don't really like, I'd have the odd jelly. I just ate too much when it was time to eat. Do you know that kind of way?
Fat portions.
Do you know that kind of way? And like, especially when you're Nigerian and your man gives you a big fat plate of rice. You know what I mean? It's terrible for you. It's actually so bad for you.
Yeah.
Big fat plate of rice, one meat like about that small because they're trying to ration.
Yeah.
If the portions were the other way around, like it was a load of meat and a little bit of rice, you wouldn't get fat. You know that kind of way? But like the Nigerian diet is kind of tailored, unless like you're doing stuff outside and sports and stuff like that. If you're like, oh, you're hungry, just go eat rice. Eat all the rice you want. It's terrible advice. Do you know that kind of way? So like when I moved out on my own, I'm kind of like, okay, I like rice, but I don't need to eat all of this rice. Like even when I go Heritage now, I'd eat half the jollof rice that I'd eat. And I eat over 2 days. And it's not like I'm starving myself. I'm still full. But like your perception of full when you start like eating better changes. You know that kind of way. You be full on less. And then you realize that you don't actually need, because all that excess food they're eating is getting stored into your body as fat, you know, that kind of way. And then you're just getting fatter, you know?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Plantain Papi in the building.
Go
Episode 6 May. It's been a minute we're supposed to be doing this. I know your one of your team members was hitting me up to obviously because you were were you promoting like something? I don't know. They were trying to get you on anyways, but obviously mine's seasonal, so it's all about like getting back and then obviously organising dates. But we're here now. It's a pleasure to have you on, bro.
Thank you, man.
So listen, before we kick things off, just how are you? How's your week been, brother? What's the gig? What's going on with you?
The week's been busy.
You're home straight from work, aren't you?
Yeah, but day job as well. But we don't talk about that. I'm just planting.
No, of course.
But yeah, man, I've had a busy week. Working on managing an artist called Femi, so he's got his headline coming up in a couple of weeks. So aside from doing my own music, I've been.
But you manage Femi?
Yeah.
Fuck. We'll get into that. Go on. Go ahead.
Yeah. So aside from that, I'm trying to kind of keep his stuff moving as well, and then working on my next project as well. But it's blessed. It's better to be busy than bored. So I love being busy. You know.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Even I went through a period there. I was jobless for about a month, bro. And I was just at home, bro. Routine to get up. My son will smack his tablet off in my face in the morning. Nah, bro, he come obviously don't know how to turn it on, innit? So he'll smack it at me in the morning. And because, like I said in the last episode, he's not really talking at the minute. So what he does, he just hands you stuff, and if he wants, he pulls you. If he wants milk or jellies not jellies, crepes or something from the sweet press. So in the mornings, obviously I'm asleep. He'll come in and smack his tablet at my face. So I'll get up, make him his bottle, breakfast, and then fucking clean the gaff a little bit and watch a podcast or a sermon or something. So but it's good to get back into routine. Even like this week, obviously I've recorded as the time of recording. This is the second time I'm recording today. I recorded there the other day as well. So I'm flat. It's good to have routine, bro, because I feel alive. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I feel creative because I feel like even you. Obviously we're gonna get into your stuff. Is like if do you feel like when you're not doing stuff you're stagnant? Do you get me? Because you're always creative in your mind and you're always moving around. Do you feel like that as well? Like you're stagnant if you're not doing
Definitely. That? I had a period just before I started losing weight and all that stuff when I was full-time music, and it was the most unproductive time of my life. You know, kind of way when I was just only because I couldn't. Do you know like that saying when they say that like you can do more when you have less time? I don't know, like what the task expands to the amount of time you give to it. So like, let's say you have 3 hours to make a song, you're gonna make the best song you can make in that 3 hours.
There's a limited time you have.
But if you've got, I mean, I was 168 hours to make, so I'll do it. And then
I'll do it the next day. Yeah,
you know,
procrastinate.
That idea's not coming now. Let me just do you know, kind of way. So I found that like when I have more things that I've got going on, I kind of push myself, but then it gets dangerous because sometimes you get to a point where you're just consistently go. I see when you're a creative as well, you need some time to sit back and look around and be like, okay, I've been doing this on repeat on this. Maybe if I do, you know, that kind of way. So
you're saying like you can be overworked. I was watching Kevin Hart on the Breakfast Club this morning. So what he does, he says like when he's doing a special or he's on tour, he's doing a movie while he's on tour. So he'll do say something Madison Square Garden. Go to the set the next day, like. But I kind of.
He's a workaholic.
Yeah, but I like it though. You're busy, bro, because at the end of the day, bro, you're trying to create like a legacy for yourself. You get me?
Yeah.
But I don't know, like.
And you see, with this type of business, with this creative business, you can't stop.
No.
You actually can't, and that's one of the lessons that I learned when you're having a run. And that's why I preach to Femi all the time. That like, bro, when you see stuff is moving, like for example, I like to use Burna Boy as an example. When he had, people always think about moments. For example, Jordan Adetunji with Kalani, that's a moment. When A92 did the plugged in, that was a moment. How many affiliates? It's a moment. How many people have momentum?
Stuck it in was gone. Moment.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I sampled down the song. That's to come out.
Yeah.
But what do you call it? Moments. You know that kind of way. Why is Drake? Because he has momentum. He's got Hotline Bling. He's got God's Plan. All these moments. He's got the memes. And the issue now is
Meek Mill beef as well.
Meek Mill beef. He's always able to have a moment all the time. Do you know that kind of way? So with this kind of business, you can't really, like even with Kevin Hart as well, he needs to keep trying to get a moment all the. That's just the business that we're in, creative business. So I get it, but it's easy to get drained. So I feel like you still need to like know yourself that like, okay, I've been going for a while. I need to pause. You know.
See the way you spoke about moments, right? I was speaking to someone about this yesterday. See the way George Adetunji started having his moment, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think now, for his next kind of song, it'll be hard for him to reach that height? And do you think, like, yeah, it's good having the viral moments and all blah, blah, but, like, how difficult can that be when you're trying to make a next project now to get that moment? Because people are waiting for that. Because I made that same mistake where, like, not obviously to that level, but Stuck It In it went everywhere. Right, it went everywhere. It gave me an opportunity to have a platform. But it's like when I went on like my own podcast then season 1, yeah, it was great because I was mad. But I feel like when I look back at it, when I really look back what I am now and how I am now. It's like I was chasing that. You get me? I was with the Congo Boy stuff and the Fabu. I was chasing it. You get me?
But those
Do you
things
think
were necessary though. Like I personally wouldn't sit down and watch a podcast unless I feel like the guest is gonna give me something. Like there's some of like Where's Your Head At podcast that like let's say like they've got a guard coming on, a black guard. I'm watching that because I want to see what's going on. So when you had Fabu D on, even if your what's that thing? When someone has a thing, your intention was you're chasing your moment. That was still very necessary for the community. It's something that we all needed to see. Like I sat down and I watched that podcast from start to end. I saw when he turned you on. I was trying to make you laugh so many times. Actually, it's one of my favorite podcasts ever. So like,
appreciate that, brother.
No, of course. But I feel like sometimes we deep the reason why we're doing something way too much than the actual action, because I will not like if you weren't chasing what you were doing and then you brought that out, we might not have had that moment. And for our community, you know, that kind of, I'm very passionate about our community. That is a moment, you know, kind of way. People won't understand those things. Why is Fabu doing your podcast? Why is this? Why does it have this few views but so impactful? Do you know that kind of way? Because for us, you know that kind of way. But yeah,
with Jordan,
yeah. So with Jordan, I know Jordan personally. I had to spend a lot of time in Belfast for the last few years. So I got to kind of know him. This is not Jordan's first moment. This is just his biggest moment yet. So about 2 years ago, he was signed already with a deal from a song that had already gone viral. Do you know that kind of way? Before. He just didn't have a Kalani, but he's already had a viral moment. So he knows what to do in these kind of situations. So personally, as his friend, I have faith in him. But from like I live with a few like promoters, people that have done events and stuff like that, and then they also study it from their angle as well. What they would say is like someone like Plantain Papi, for example, he's got a moment. Before that moment is even finished, he's found the second moment. Or like when Ashake had his run.
Yeah.
Moment, because thing.
Central C as well.
Central C. Yeah. Moment. So I'm not saying that like what he's done is wrong, because I've seen him do other things before, but from history, what I've seen is that people that get that moment, they need to keep it coming. So we'll just have to wait and see like how it actually turns out. But I have faith in him because I've seen him do it before, so that kind of way, and I know the way he thinks. You know, kind of way. When he first dropped the first promo for that song, because I text him every day, regularly enough. Like I said to him, I like this method. Do you know what I kind of remember when I was sitting there and I was saying, like, oh, I'd use this guy, I'd use that guy. He's the way you were looking at me, that's how I look at him. You know, kind of way. I was like, I like this method. And then the next day was bigger. And then the next day was bigger again. And the next day was bigger again. So obviously, I like, even with songs that go that big, the amount of politics that's behind it, even to get her on the song is crazy. Do you know that kind of way?
Do you know the process to get her on the song?
I don't know. I don't really know much about the process to get her on the song, but I'm sure it would have been in her best interest. That was the biggest song of the year.
Yeah.
You know, kind of way. It would have been in her best interest. No label exec is going to see a song. Do you know how hard it is to get 1 million streams now? That song is on almost 200 million streams.
Jesus.
You know, kind of way.
Yeah.
So no label exec is not going to want a piece of that. Go calculate 2 million streams into euro. 200 million streams into euro, and then calculate what the publishing and all that. I don't want people to start pocket watching and stuff.
Yeah, no,
like,
of course not. Well, they will, but of course not. I don't know what you mean.
From a business point of view, it's a big deal.
Strong.
You know that kind of way. So no label's gonna see that, and it's about your artist name and say that they don't want a piece of that. Are they crazy? You know that kind of way. And like even like I always say every time I come on a podcast, that music has fallen off. Do you know that kind of way? The way people sit down and watch you for 2 hours. Who's gonna listen to? Who has 2 hours worth of music for somebody to listen to? And people are coming back to you every week to watch you for 2 hours. And I heard you saying that, or someone was watching your podcast, they were crying that, oh, this touched me. When was the last time you listened to a song and it was like this? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Music as a creative form is not what it used to be. Like people would save all the money to buy Thriller, listen to that album 10, 15 times to get people to sit down to listen to your album. Bro, you have 2 seconds. People are scrolling. If they like the first 2 words of what you say, they're gonna sit down and watch it. You have 2 seconds. No one cares about how long you spent in the studio. No one cares about what the song means. You have 2 seconds. If even 2 seconds, I think you have about 1 second. Really and truly. If you can get someone to sit down and watch you for 10 seconds, that's how it's gone from, oh man, this artist is my life. I love them. They give me joy. They help me get through my divorce. No one cares anymore.
People's queuing outside at 6 a.m. trying to get tickets.
Who's doing that anymore?
Yeah.
Even if Drake comes here today, I doubt it. Are you leaving your house for Drake? No, you're not.
So do you blame like media outlets like TikTok for that, because obviously
I don't blame
the
anything.
attention span.
It's just the way life has gone. You know that kind of way. Like people were crying when people stopped listening to the radio and they started listening to CDs. It's always going to
it's always
going to evolve. You know that kind of way.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that like the attention span has kind of has changed. People do sit down.
But it
and
won't be
listen
because of TikTok though, because of the 10 seconds and all that.
to-
So, I remember
because TikTok is recent. It's been happening over time.
because you remember when Oxlade
Because
that guy,
Vine was even shorter than TikTok.
Yeah.
But that didn't kill everyone's attention span.
Okay.
Do you know kind of way? I feel like it's a progressive thing with the way that we consume stuff. Like even I heard something last week about Hollywood actors. They're saying that they're not even getting any money anymore because people want to watch Speed. I show Speed for 3 hours. They don't want to go sit down in a movie.
Yeah.
Do you know that kind of way?
Yeah.
Like I never thought that those two things would kind of correlate and they'd be chopping their market, but it is. What we like to consume is changing. Do you know that kind of way? How we like to consume stuff is changing. Why we like a song is changing. You know that kind of way? So, but that's why I say like with the podcast, you guys have so much power now because literally from me seeing a few of your clips online, I'm now gonna sit down and give you 2 hours of my time.
But don't say it like that. I'm happy you're here.
No, not me. I'm
Yeah.
talking about the listener that sees you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, not me. Oh, I'm happy.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm talking about the listener that
Yeah.
just saw you say something or just tipping and I'm gone. And now I'm gonna sit down and listen to you for 2 hours.
That's mad.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I still find I still find that mad till this day. It's like, because obviously, look, I was always gonna progress to podcasting eventually, but I think I got that kind of like meteoric rise because of that moment, like you said. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
I still find it mad that like obviously every week like 1,000 or 2,000 people watch me. Do you get me? And I find it powerful. And it's like obviously I'm trying to give back to the people. Obviously some game. I know you got a lot of free game because of your creative mind and all that. But yeah, it is with music, bro. So because I even see Mimi, the music blogger, tweet yesterday about obviously music has fallen off on their side. So do you feel like that here as well? Obviously we were having a conversation earlier off camera. And someone was saying like Jordan has given people the hunger to come back because obviously he's going viral and obviously they're seeing what's going on with him. Do you agree with that? Obviously you as a fellow Irish artist as well, because there's no one really dropping like that, bro. People are quiet, bro. I don't know what the gig. What's the gig?
You see what the issue is? This hunger to go viral, I think it's the wrong way.
Not viral, to go back into the studio because of what's going on with Jordan.
By all means, go back in the studio. But the thing is, you go into the studio, and again, people aren't hooking to your 2 seconds online. It's as if you never dropped anything. Do you know that kind of way? And then even for you as an artist, you post your TikTok, it gets 300 views. Do you know that kind of way? It's the thing is, people want the Jordan Adetunji moment, but they don't know the story. This guy's been doing music for years.
Yeah.
This guy never stopped.
Yeah.
It's just because you guys are seeing him now. You know that kind of way? And like the way that we are as a community in Ireland and like with music and stuff, we only like stuff that other people like.
Speak on it, brother. We're gonna get into that.
It's facts. You know that kind of way. I've been doing this thing for a while. I've done a lot of cool stuff. I've done a lot of the white side of stuff. I've done the festivals. The black promoters have reached up to me. I've opened up for all the guys. But what is we like what other people like. So like even I'm trying to promote an Irish song, I have to book British influencers. To promote Velas and Donna, I don't know how many pounds I spent. Because I know that if they see a British person is fucking with this song, they're gonna fuck with it.
Plantain, I got pissed off the last episode, right? No, not last episode. It was Jesse's episode. I had Jesse on the other day. The fact that you had to go and do that, is it because, do you feel how the people feel where it's like, I need a UK person? Or so like you said, it's because if we get a UK person here now, people are gonna. I think that's so annoying, bro. I feel like we have enough kind of personalities here. Like, okay, would you not reach out to Victor Alfred?
So Victor Alfred is my family, you know that kind of way. So like, me and him talk about this kind of.
Because this flavour and open and eating UK ass, it bugs my blood, bro. It boils my blood.
No, but you see,
my blood.
Look at Victor Alfred's audience. His audience aren't the people that are gonna listen to Velas and Novella. NK's Irish audience are. Do you know
Who's NK Bob at home?
He's that fella, bald fella. He's not bald. I'll show you a picture of him after you know him. Like he sits down and he's Ghanaian and he talks on TikTok and says, "Hey, see." Okay. So I literally just got him to lip sync to the song. Everyone was like, So it boosts the like, oh my god, this is I might be setting myself up here by giving up the game, but bro, this is true. Why do we like?
No, I know the gig, bro. Even without you even saying, I know the gig. I know from young, bro. Like even like
Like even now, let me give you,
colleges getting UK influencers to host that stuff. When you have Ness, you have myself, you have Victor if he wants to do it. You have people here. You have KD that can do it.
even look
Lick
at
arses, man.
you know about all Sully and them when they used to make music.
Yeah.
That she's one of my
Look
boxer
on
song.
boys got the swagger. It's coming back.
Why is it come back? Because a UK influencer made a video with it.
PK Humble.
Even not PK Humble.
He's the first one I see
This
it.
young fella, D Grafter, he did a video dancing to it, and now UK people are doing it, and now Irish people. So like, I already have. We can talk after, but if you wanted
Talk
to
now. Fuck that. Talk. It's if I speak. Talk now. Fuck it.
if you wanted to get in on that now, and then you just like got that, brought it back up because you already have that UK. What's that thing? Validation. You've already social proofed yourself. You know that kind of way? So like, oh man, if these guys like it in England, it must be good. Because we talk so down on ourselves.
Yes.
Do you know that kind of way?
Yes.
We don't think that we're capable of anything. That's why when Jordan has a big song, we're like, wow, how did he do it? When Officer and them had their big song, we're like, wow, this is why do we consider it as a big song? Because other people like it.
Yeah.
That's what makes any big song, and it's not just our community; it's Ireland in general. Even in the white community.
Even the Mundellas, the Mundellas say that as well. That they're the most like, especially when you're coming from the estates and stuff, and you're doing better than what your life on your setup is supposed to make you. Yeah, people do hate on you, bro, which is sad. Do you get me?
It's just the country we live in. Do you know that kind of way?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like, even if you look at all the big, even the white bands, do you know that kind of way? Even Dermot Kennedy, for example, he had to go to America, blow there before they now say they love saying he's Irish after he's done the big one. Do you know that kind of way? They don't. There's no artist that has actually blown in Ireland. And then you can talk about the artists that have blown in Ireland, but then what does that mean in the long term? So it's two sides to a coin. You could be like the Versatiles, do the whatever you feel about them. They were the biggest in Ireland for a very long time. Do the big stage, the 3 Arena for 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. After a while, people just get bored and they you know kind of way? Building your outside audience is essential as an artist to grow.
100%.
So like, that's why I feel sorry for a lot of people that like, unless you want to be a martyr and you know, I'm just making content for my people, I don't care how it does. People will see you as unsuccessful because you didn't get the 1 million views, but you're impacting your community. So you kind of need to know what you want to do with it. Like, for example, I always give the example of when I made Vela Cinderella, I didn't make it to blow outside of Ireland. I didn't even make it to leave Dublin. I made it just for people that know what it is
What
for
the gig
us.
is with Vela, yeah.
Do you know that kind of way?
Yeah.
I made it for us because I care about us. And like, if people say, oh, this is that, and it's mad because that song did quite well on social media. I was seeing it on private stories. To hear it even in Vela.
They had to, surely. They had to.
Bro, once.
Fuck off, Plantain.
Bro, I saw, once. Can you just see how it is?
That's fucking. Who DJs in there? Who DJs in there?
All of them. Do you know that kind of way?
Fuck me, that's a joke.
But even like the Jordan song, why is it getting played there? Because other people like it. So we have to fight the battle of even like, so I'm talking to like the artists. Like, for example, even that youngest song, We're in the Club, that is a bop.
Yeah.
That is a banger. I've been, because as an artist, it's difficult to kind of have a steady stream of income. So a lot of the UK artists, all the O'Deals, the Gabsies, they're all going into having their own club events. So I've been in the clubs a lot more now, trying to see what it's like. Okay, if you want to do something in Ireland, how would it work? And I'm seeing the music that's getting played and what is getting played. So I'm in the club a lot. The only reason Jordan songs getting played is because other people like it. There's 6 songs that have come out of this country, but unless it's got that viral thing, validation from outside, it's not getting played.
Especially had Kalani on it and she done a remix for fuck's
Do you know that kind of way?
Serious.
So that amount of hustle just to get...
Serious machine behind that.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's tough. I'm not saying play everybody in the club. Not everybody deserves to get played.
I can vouch for that 100%.
Do you know what kind of way? Like, even myself, like, I'll tell you a story. So
Wouldn't play some of them in the shower. Wouldn't play some of them in the shower.
tell you a story. So I went to a night out that I wouldn't usually go to because it was a uni night, but one of my close friends invited me to go to the uni night.
Yeah.
And this was a couple years ago when my song, I think it was Good Time or something, was doing really well on the radio. The radio picked me up that year. They were looking after me. I was getting played. And DJ in the club was a radio DJ. And then I come into the club. I'm trying to be low key because it's a student night and I finished college like 3 years. And he's like, ladies and gentlemen, Plantain. I'm like, fuck, what is this? You know that kind of way. And then because he's trying to show me love, he plays my song, bro. Everyone stops dancing. You know that kind of way because they haven't heard it. Yeah. So that's when I now changed my strategy to like, okay, instead of trying to force myself down people's necks, I'm gonna force myself onto their screen, so at least they'll see me. If I was outside, Vela, they would have heard it. Do you know that kind of way? And then I push it that way. But even with that, until you've got that social proofing, which is your people from outside like you, I can guarantee you, if I build an audience outside of Ireland, and it's even half the size of my audience in Ireland, the way my career will look be different. And it's not like it's our fault. It's just the way it is. You know that kind of way?
It is just how it.
Why is Victor successful? Because he's got a big audience outside of Ireland. Even the streamers. You know that kind of way? Like, what we need to do is we need to support ourselves as a community. And I believe that we do. And I feel like there's always room for change. But like, if we want to have that, what we call success, what success looks like to us now because of the numbers and that has to come from outside. It can't come from within. You know?
Yeah, which is sad, bro. Because like, as you said, one of your guys there, Be Humble, we're gonna touch on him later. It's like, I remember when Chunks played his music.
Yeah.
Remember, me and B talk all the time. I'll ring B at like 2 a.m. He's doing music, bro. He won't sleep till like 5, 6.
No, the guy's a talent. He's a
joke.
I'll
I'll slap his head. He's a joke. But I remember like when Chunks shared his music. So they were asking Chunks who you listen to. He's like, Be Humble. And he was like reciting his lyrics and all. I remember B calling me. He's like, we're gonna listen to people that are sharing and everything now. I've been doing music for how long? Some of close ones, like people around him and all that. Never sharing nothing. Nothing that he does. Been putting out music for how long? Not championing them. But as soon as Chunks gave him that clout, gone.
That's how people are. People like that social proofing.
Yeah.
They don't want to be the first person to like anything.
Well, I'm always real with it though. And this is what, like I said, my family hate me for it, but I'll always appreciate this man and his brother. Because before all this, I remember, I don't give a rattle, I'll say their names. People like Deerfatch TV, and I remember a couple of people that were doing content and all before. I remember I was doing Instagram lives. They were doing content and all with people, would never call me. When I went viral, Plantain, everyone was lining up. Everyone. But I remember just from doing like Smiley just being on the Astro and having a bit of a laugh, and then him seeing me on his brother's, like, it was a football podcast. You're not supposed to be funny. We're arguing over football. We're arguing over football, but obviously the metaphors that I was using, the attitude, blah, blah. He was always asking me to go on his podcast. But again, we were homeless at the time, and I was just man in the mood to like go on big YouTube type of thing, Jamie, because Smiley was bulking up his the football stuff, you know. But I remember then going on, and then I had me moments, you get me? But he saw talent before, do you get me? Because he hopped on one of the Instagram lives when we were talking and stuff like that. And even with me right now, Baby Sicko hasn't blown yet, yeah? I know you were a fan as well, because I seen you in his comments, yeah? I love that kid, bro.
See, the thing with him, I say he needs to reposition himself. He's not.
Love that kid.
He's not.
What do you mean with that?
He's not in a fertile place for him to blow unless he kind of sorts out his social media strategy that he's reaching.
But it's not about blowing though. Exactly that's what I'm saying. Where he's not doing any of that stuff yet. But I can fucking see the talent, bro.
No, he's sick.
You get me? He's fucking. Bro, I was bopping to him when I was coming down here, man. I listen to him every day. He's fucking amazing, bro.
Oh, he's ridiculous.
Fucking ridiculous, bro.
He's ridiculous.
What are you saying? What he needs to fix up a little bit?
I'd say like it's the strategy, the people that he's approaching. Because people here will enjoy the music when people in Nigeria enjoy the music. There's this guy, I think his name is Overami or something. Like I didn't align with the music when I first heard it. But then when I now seen a strategy that he's doing Edo rap, but from Ireland, and then his audience is in Nigeria, he's building a group there. It won't be long before one of the Shally Poppy or one of them see that and be like, this is good. Let me co-sign it. You know? Co-signing isn't a new thing. It's always
been around.
It's been around.
Yeah.
That's what Drake does, for example. Drake is like KD. Drake, well, maybe I would associate them.
I said that. Mukhtar didn't agree with me. Mukhtar says he uses people, bro, and he snakes people.
Drake
snakes people. I said that about Dave, and Mukhtar didn't agree with me. He's saying he because he knows people are going viral and that people are doing well, he'll come there, snake you, and then fuck you off.
It depends. Like, what did Ashaka say? He said, before they use me, I'll use my sense. You know that kind of way?
yeah.
It's true. You have to have your own sense with it. But the fact of the matter is that Drake cosign, it can change your life if you use it right wisely. But not that many people have used it wisely. Like you said, Dave is one of the few that used it wisely. What about Blockboy JB? Where is he now? What about I Love McConan? There's names, bro. There's names. Draco the Ruler. He's even dead, bro. There's names of people that like get that opportunity. Like I said, momentum. Do you know that kind of way? But yeah, Baby Sicko's sick. I feel that like he can definitely. He just needs that one small thing, and then he'll have this big moment. Then keeping it up is another thing. But yeah, he's hard. He's hard.
He's building though. He's slowly building.
building.
Because I remember talking to JBJ and I said like, give me an Afrobeat artist, but fresh. Like, I don't want like
A mix, a wash.
Yeah, like even like someone like me, like boy, he does Afrobeat. No, I want a fresh one. Like, do you know what I mean? Fresh off the boat. And he said Baby Sicko. And I remember first time I listened to him, I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Do you know what I mean? So he's up there, one of my favorite artists right now, alongside Be Humble and stuff like that. But yeah, bro, what I like to do, I know that was a nice little warm up, but we'll get back into a lot of stuff. I like going from the very start, bro, and then coming here to meet the man today. So talk to me. What's Plantain like as a young fella? Where did you grow up?
Blanche.
I know that blade and black. Listen, no, for the reputation that Blanche has, yeah, and whatever, yeah, and you people that are from there, don't be fucking coming out of Dongo, you're chatting. No, listen, here's what I'm giving you as flowers now, yeah. There's a lot of fucking talented people. I speak to a lot of people from Blanche, bro.
It's fallen off though from the past.
Wait, that's fair enough. You can say that, but like I've spoken to like Jesse, Blanche, yourself, the Demi, fucking Composed. There's a lot of people that are doing stuff that are from there, bro. So
Blanche is a good area, man. It's a good area, but as soon as I started asking people to check in, that's when.
that was crazy, bro. That was nuts. But go ahead, yeah, going over. So what part? Obviously, is a big spot. What part?
Blanche. I was in the posh part for the start, but then I was in the posh part, and I went to school in Blanche and everything as well. But then my parents moved to Balbriggan, but I never got school in Balbriggan, so all of my school stuff was in Blanche. So like even when they moved up, I was still getting the train in, and I ain't getting in trouble for being late after getting the first train while you were still sleeping, you know. But yeah, grew up in Blanche. Always the music. Funnily enough, it was when I was in school. I was in school with Jesse from Hair Squad, and we used to do music together. And that was where I started. Like we used to rap together. Me, Jesse, and Isaac. That's before the little brother AK even came to the school, and we'd just be rapping. Me, Jesse, Isaac, and then there was another guy. All the olders anyway. They were like 4 or 5 years older than me, and then they just be kind of like, oh yeah, this guy's good. You know, kind of way. And then just started building it from there. I wasn't really popular or anything, but I was just, I liked music, kind of way. And then from there, when I went into college, I started doing comedy. And that's where the Plantain Papi came in, from the comedy point of view. It's not that I like Plantain loads. I just thought I was tired of being called what I was called before. And I was like, I need something that's...
What were you called before?
Doesn't matter. I need
No, we're not trying to... Wait, this is if I speak. We ain't trying to do all that political stuff. What were you called before?
It's not... No, we can't be that. I can't be that now.
What, is it bad?
It's not bad. It's not bad, but it's just...
Well, people make a laugh, yeah.
Not people make more of a laugh. Do you ever try talk to Jamaican in London saying my name?
Yeah, because even I remember Abs. Shout out Abs called it Papa Makimba. Because Makimba is like it's Plantain, and Papa is obviously Plantain. Yeah. So you had a name before and you switched. All right, go on.
Yeah, switched to Plantain, and then I was doing comedy on Snapchat. That's how I kind of like built an audience. And then eventually, I think 2017, I switched into music. And then I was good at the music. But then I'm trying to do everything by myself. I'm competing with people that have teams. So I'm doing bits. I'm doing one song, it's doing well. Next song is doing well. But there's no guidance. There's no leadership. I'm making loads of mistakes. I'm releasing 2 songs a year. Do you know that kind of way? It was this year, 2024, that I was first able to release a project. Since starting in 2017. Because I was really doing the journey. Do you know that kind of way? Learning how to mix. And I think that's kind of what's kept me on for so long. Because a lot of people, like I remember when I first wanted to learn how to mix music, there was a music exec, not saying anyone's name, that said, Plantain, you don't need to learn how to mix music or buy equipment. Just give me a certain amount of money every month and I'll do it for you. Do you know how many people said yes to that deal? Where are they now? They're not here anymore because they haven't been through spending nights when you're supposed to be studying for exams, learn how to mix music, learn how to master music, learn how to produce it, learn how to put everything together. They don't have that tenacity. You know that kind of way? They don't have all that when you do all that, put out a song and it gets no playlists and 300 streams and then it's forgotten. And everyone's like, when you release the music again? Bro, I just released a song 2 weeks ago. They don't have that because they've got it too easily. And a lot of people that you'd be like, why aren't you releasing music now? That's part of the reason because they don't love it for what it is. They don't love the hustle. They don't love the craft. They don't love it when nobody's watching. They like the being with this celebrity and that celebrity and this person knows me. That's not what this is about, bro. You know that kind of way? Yes, the game has changed. Yes, we have to get our audiences different ways. But the passion isn't there in a lot of artists. You know that kind of way? And like I know a lot of people like, oh, I want to stop doing this when I'm 30. Why? Because you don't like it. You know that kind of way? You don't like it in the first place enough to say, even if I'm doing it in a different capacity, I want to be involved in this forever because this is my passion. You might not be doing a podcast forever, but your personality, who you are, you're going to have that forever. I feel like as a musician, that should be part of who you are. You know that kind of way? But a lot of people that are doing music now, they either got into it because by accidents, or I was with these guys, they started doing a song, this thing worked out, and then there's no guidance, there's no like when you finally get to the point where you're like, yeah, do you know that kind of way? You'll be able to be like, I remember when this didn't work and that didn't work, and then I had that guest on, Whatever people say about Rick Ross, when I read his book, I learned that like he only had his moment when he was 30 years of age, and he'd been rapping since he was 18. Do you know that kind of way? There's 12 years of thing, and that's why he's able to navigate himself. Okay, I'm still rapping, but I can do this. I'm still rapping, I can, you know that kind of way? So people don't have that kind of build. So anyway, I started music in 2017. I think it was 2019 when I had my first little moment with a song called Good Time. And the radio picked that up. 2021, I was on RT's Rising list. So I started getting all those longitude, all those stuff. I did my first headline in 2022. We sold that out. Took a break in 2023. You know, not really family stuff, but I kind of had a little life situation kind of going on. And then bring us up to 2024. But the years go by so fast. Like now, we're looking at 2025 like that. You know that kind of way?
It's smacking us in the face.
You're looking at it like that, and you're thinking,
it hit me in the lip this morning.
Do you know that kind of way?
Hell,
Like,
yeah.
There's only 3 weeks left in Q3, and then we're in Q4 officially. Most businesses have closed off the year calendar by the end of this week, by the end of next week. Do you know that kind of way? So like the years go by really, really fast. You know?
Yeah, something that you touched on, I want to touch on, about people not loving their craft, and you're spot on. This is what you're speaking my language, bro. And this is why I love guests like you that know the gig. I love the process. Even like we're creating this, not out yet. This still has to get like edited and all that, but we're speaking. But even coming down to the studio, pre-production, all of that. Even like my what I'm loving now is behind the scenes content. I remember like I keep watching my behind the scenes from my live show. Keep watching it. Like remember Jafaris meeting me at the barbershop. Jafaris recording me from the barbershop into Tesco, getting the drinks for backstage, from me getting dressed, me and Fiona having conversations, me and fucking Jesse and Be Humble, everyone's getting ready, Big Joe. I just love the process, right? And something I was having a conversation the other day on TikTok. You see where Amanda, and this is public knowledge, people, so it's not me fucking baiting out someone's business. It's out there on TikTok. I don't want anyone crying to me fucking there. So obviously she left her job on 9 to 5. She put it on Instagram, TikTok. And a girl was like she obviously had a video like saying like, oh, like people are I seen a creative like leave that 9 to 5. Are people not afraid to kind of like, you know, like, you know, I did not got bills and stuff like that, blah blah. And obviously someone sent it to me and was like, this is screaming for me, think bigger. And it's like, and the person I was having a conversation with was like, a lot of people just want to be paid in clout. They don't want to put the work, because obviously Amanda's put the work in. Do you know what I mean? Amanda's put the work in to put herself in a position where she has these, whatever brands she has coming at her, it's going to set her up now that she doesn't have to work. Do you know what I mean? Like, so do you think that, like we were touching on earlier, Ireland has a small mentality and people are just want to be paid in clout. They want like the glitz and the glam before putting the work in type of thing. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Phrase the question a bit better. I don't know what I'm answering.
No, so your answer is, so do you think people see where like they're not willing to go through the hard dark nights?
No,
they want the
definitely
easy. They just want the easy.
And the thing
they want all the glitz and the glam. You see, you're looking at even Ben Williams, yeah.
Yeah.
Ben Williams, obviously, I follow his story and I watch his like his documentary, and I follow his like his
Is he like a jack of all trades kind of guy?
Yeah, he has like 6 businesses, bro,
him,
at 20 years of age. He's working, bro, working hard. He said to himself, he got a job. It's not for me. We'll put the head down. He went viral. And he took, like you said, momentum. He had his momentum. Don't know if you're seeing how we went viral. Did you see how we went viral?
Which one of?
He pranked his mask. He had sugar in this, no, like a bag of, we put a bag of weed. He pranked his ma. He had like he put sugar in the bag, and then he had it in his jacket. He said, "Ma, check me jacket there." Ma, check the jacket.
Oh, that old video.
Yeah, that's, he capitalized off it. Obviously, fighting
Just off
Conor
that?
Ryan. Yeah, man. Look what he's doing now. Do you get me? Like, so people, for me, they want that. Like, they want to be famous, but not put the work in. Do you get me? That's why I think like people have that negative connotation.
If he really
on
came up off that, he's a grafter.
No, he did 100%. He has 6-7 businesses off that.
He's a real grafter.
Yeah.
And I applaud it. And especially at that age, because that's when you're most vulnerable. Most vulnerable to predators in all sense of the word. Any way you think of a predator, that's when you're most vulnerable at that age. People coming in to steal from you, to steal your ideas. But and he probably has a good set of people around him to kind of help him, because not a lot of people have that kind of foresight that I'm 20 years of age, I'm gonna do this. You know, kind of people don't think that far. No. So big up to him.
No, but he said to himself like 9 to 4, like he went in and said, "This is not for me." I think he walked in a pub or something, and he said, "It's not for me." But like you said, like you watch his like behind the scenes and stuff like that. It's glitzy, it's glamorous. He's flying here, he's doing this, he's doing this, he's doing that. But there was work behind that before as well. Do you get me? Like, I remember he said, you think he got injured or something like that. And I remember even like when he was skinny and scrawny, he got himself to the gym and he's had to work himself up to what he is today. Do you get me? Like you said, Jordan must have been doing music for about 10 years, did he?
Definitely. Like, that's the thing.
It was one song, but it was 10 years. And sorry, just this quick analogy. Yeah. It's like Usain Bolt, that like 9.48 or 26, whatever he ran the world record. We seen him run for 9 seconds, but he was walking probably 10 years.
Probably longer.
Yeah, probably longer. Do you get what I'm trying to say? For us, that one moment, do you get me? Yeah. People aren't willing to put that work in. Everyone wants things fast, bro. Do you know what I mean? I think that's social media's fault as well. So, yeah, go ahead.
No, people have always wanted fast stuff. Like, even with the weight loss stuff. I didn't lose weight in a day. And the thing is, a lot of people, and the thing with the fitness industry, a lot of people, because they know people like fast, they're like, 8 weeks to a lot of these 8 weeks, I don't see no difference. Because you're not supposed to see a big difference in 8 weeks, bro. That's nothing. You see a difference in a year, but nobody wants to do it for a year. Like, I look back at my pictures now, and I'm like, wow, if I look like this a year ago and a year before that, what am I going to look like next year? People, we underestimate what we can do in a long time, but overestimate what we can do in a short time. And that's what's discouraging these younger guys. You know that kind of way? And it doesn't help when they tap one thing right, something goes viral, and they haven't put the work in. Because very few people have that Ben Williams mentality that they know how to, like, okay, I've got this, let me do this, let me do this, let me do that.
He's a sharp kid. You know I always say about Ben, people can hate him all they want. There's a lot of jealous people. For me, I don't want to do no 9 to 5 either. I poxy. I always say, I don't give a bollocks. I hate it, bro. Yeah. I hate going. Even yesterday, I was only back in. It's like, I was chatting to a colleague and I'm getting told, like, oh, do this, do, like, I'm just like, even with the mindset I have, yeah, I have a boss mindset because I'm running this, I'm doing this, you get me? And obviously I know where I want this to go. Obviously planning shows and all for next year and obviously bigger guests and even going international and flying away. I know what the plan I have for this. But obviously the machine to fund this is a fucking 9 to 5 for now. And to look after my kids and all, you know what I mean? Like, so,
of course.
So it's like, if I didn't have my children, bro, I'd be taking that risk Amanda took as well. I'd probably not a risk because obviously she's getting looked after well. But I'd probably just be at home just chilling, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, so, but now, like, I give it to him, man. He's a smart, sharp kid. To run 6 or 7 businesses at that age, I only champion that, you get me? And this is why even we were talking about, like, the crabs in the bucket mentality in our country. I'm looking at the girls now, and I want your opinion, as obviously you watch podcasts, yeah? And obviously, look, I made them, obviously these are pre-recorded, so I don't know what the reactions are until a few weeks, but obviously we had a little discussion in the studio, and I hear it, right? It's not by force to watch them, because you may not like the content, blah, blah. What I'm trying to say is, we're seeing what they're doing, they're flying. I just don't see enough people championing them. Do you get me? Like GTG.
Who do you want to champion?
GTG. Just some people. The peers.
Like other podcasters?
Other podcasts, yeah. Some people, like, obviously that went to that show. What's that girl? I Said What I Said podcast. I just felt there was a bit, you know, if you see where you open up for Bono Boy, yeah? Tree Arena. People were snapping you. You went to your phone and people were like, oh, plantain, yeah?
I saw a few.
I didn't see. I saw a few as well. I just felt it's a bit. I don't know.
I feel like I can't really speak on the podcast scene because I'm not in it. You be away.
Well, you're a consumer. You watch, but I don't watch. You know what the gig is, no?
I don't watch. Like even with your podcast, like if I know that like there's gonna be, because I don't have that attention span either. You know that kind of way.
Yeah.
So if I know that, like, okay, Dongo's got this person on, and I've always wanted to know what this person has to say.
Okay,
that's my approach to podcasts. So even like with like my first, I know they're not podcasts like the Breakfast Club. It's based on who they have.
I started with the Breakfast Club as well.
Do you know kind of way?
Yeah, it's based on who they have. Yeah,
it's based on who they have on. Yeah. So like that, I wouldn't be. You're a consumer of podcasts. You'd have like, okay, you've got this religious podcast, you've got this personal podcast. You'd be the person to be like, this podcast is better than this podcast. I wouldn't even be able to say which podcast is better than another podcast.
Okay,
do you know that kind of way? I wouldn't be able to talk, but from what I see what the girls are doing, fantastic. I love it. I love podcasts because they have content. Do you know what I mean by that? We're in a content era now. From this podcast alone, I don't know how the clips are going to do because I don't know if you're going to say something triggering that will trigger the algorithm or something like that. But from this podcast alone, you could have, if you wanted to, maybe like 40 clips. Do you know how hard it is for artists to get 40 clips to put on the internet?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So I love podcasts because you guys can hustle harder. Like the same stuff that they're doing, if an artist was doing that, they'd be gone. But to get that from an artist is ridiculous. So I champion the girls because they kept going, they kept doing their thing. We all seen them start. Like I champion everyone that's doing stuff.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what and no one can take this away from me. I don't care how you think I do pod or whatever, right? Whatever you say, the woke rate is phenomenal. Everybody has given excuses up and down, which some are valid. Me, my problems with life, people are getting married, or people are fucking whatever's going on. I'm sure they've had problems as well, but they've kept going.
Of course.
They've
So your woman was
kept-
pregnant and they kept it.
Do you know what I mean? Babies not bambinos not popping out. You know what I mean? And they flew, but they
and
walked
like, even with her
with
back now, they're still
everybody.
working. You know, kind of way.
Yeah.
And
So-
even like keeping even just keeping their relationships together within the podcast. Do you know that kind of way? It wasn't like, oh, she went off pregnant, she's not part of us. And they kept themselves gelled together. So even with that alone, you have to applaud what they're doing, and I hope they are getting their flowers. If when I see them, I give them their flowers anyway, Shab, because I love seeing anyone in Ireland that's doing well. So like there's even with like the groups that are highlighting what's going on in Ireland. Black Ireland has so much to offer that
So much.
not one
tap
person
into
can
it,
see.
bro.
You know,
Yeah,
kind of way.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
even myself now, I'm tapping in with a lot of the streaming guys, the up and coming streaming guys, bro. The stuff that they're doing. The stuff that they're doing is crazy. There's some Irish kid who's on stream with Speed. But you wouldn't know about it because maybe it's not what you're tapped into or da-da-da-da-da. But like, I find that like, if you're an organization that's representing Black Ireland, you have way too much work to do because there's just so many things that's happening. And maybe you won't get to reach everyone, but I want people to know that like there's actually a lot. There's a lot. And I applaud everyone that's actually doing something. You know that kind of way? Like anytime I see someone that's doing something, or even like I see something that I like, I'm always a person to be like, bro, I love what you're doing. Because no one else might tell them that. Do you know that kind of way?
No, that's true, because one thing I love about you, Plantain, and I appreciate you so much. I remember that time where I went, not viral, but like, remember the chap that was dancing in the bleeding belly top vest or something. And I remember someone recorded me.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just standing there like that, like, what's this fella doing? And then I remember like it was going around, people were tagging me and all. I remember you sent me a VN just saying like, Dongo, man, how'd you do this? Like, you're always going viral and stuff like that, and God's favors on you and you're gonna do well, blah blah. So that's true. You do champion me. I'm like that as well, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not, for me, championing someone, it's not gonna dim anyone's. It's not gonna dim my life. Do you know what I mean? Like, bro, it's not hard. But look, let's get back into Plantain, right? And I took some notes because usually I used to take notes, yeah. But I was like, you know what? Smiley said to me, he's like, when I go in freestyle, I'm better, yeah. But I said, nah, because I need to remember some lyrics, right? It's from Still Healing, right? Okay. So I want to talk about that because that's your latest project, yeah, that you have dropped. And
shout out to.
What's the gig with that? So are you telling us what you were going through in this project, yeah?
Do you know what it was? I had two names for that project.
Chat to us.
The two names were the best thing since Plantain or Still Healing. I just said don't call it that first name.
Yeah, so that's dead. I'll tell you that for free. That is, if you're bro, throw me phone at your face. But go ahead.
The Still Healing didn't come from nowhere. I've been through a lot. I was going through a breakup. My auntie had just died. My auntie dying changed my life. I don't know why, because I wasn't even close to her. Do you know that kind of way? But it's just, I got to meet my family that was in America and saw like how my life could have been just if my dad had made one different decision. And like, I kind of had like like that whole year when I turned 25, I was having loads of canon moments, making a lot of decisions out of not knowing what I want to do. Do you know that kind of way? Spending a lot of time with people out of just not even knowing. Do you know that kind of way? I was just making decisions based on things. So I found myself in some situations that weren't the best. Do you know that kind of way? And I felt that like I needed to heal. You know that kind of way? And then when I now picked that name, I started deep in what is healing. And when I Googled it and then researched it, was saying it's a process of getting better. No, we don't stop getting better. So that's why it's still healing. Do you know that kind of way? And then like, I was nervous to call the project that because it's such a meaningful name, Still Healing. It means a lot. Like, I know Lil Durk has a project called Almost Healed because he's obviously been through a traumatic upbringing and life and stuff like that. But I picked that project name and then I built. So when I picked the project name, I already had some songs, and then I had to make the Still Healing song after I named the project Still Healing, just that kind of way. And then I built the project around it, and it was a mix of songs from like 2020 up until the end of 2023. So like there was a lot of stuff that I was healing from the pandemic, healing from being broke, healing from heartbreak, you know, that kind of way. So it was a mixture of all of that in what was supposed to be 6 songs. The 7th song came later, but just trying to squeeze all of that into one song. And I felt that like one thing that I'd never done was release the project because, like I said, momentum. After that year that I did Burna Boy, I did Longitude. I sold out my headline show. And I did Burna Boy that year. And I did a lot of other smaller gigs and Maricon and stuff. I had a buzz. Like even when I was talking to Better from the radio, I was like, "Oh, Plantain, you fell off. You didn't run with it." Because I didn't know. Nobody was telling me. I didn't have anybody to tell me. And everybody's like, "Oh, Plantain, you're doing great. You're doing this." And I probably am doing great. You know that kind of way. But there's a way you need to keep it going. You know that kind of way. So then I realized that what I needed to do was to put together a project. You know, whether it's this, it's that. It's not perfect. We don't have the budget to get this person to do the PR or that person to this. Let's do it what we have. You know that kind of way. Saved up my money, and then I put out that project. And Spotify didn't pick it up. It didn't get the streams I wanted it to get. But when I go out and someone says, "Yo, Plantain, that's Still Healing song," I resonate with the lyrics. Like the thing is, we fixate on that 10 million people like my song. But bro, if 50 people like a song that you made, do you know that kind of way? You're actually touching people. Do you know that kind of way? In every sense of it, like you're actually getting into people's lives. Like, wow, that 1942 song, it made me think about my this, made me think about that. You know that kind of way. So I felt like I did my best with that project, and I'm grateful that it touched people that it did. Maybe it's not God's plan for it to reach the world yet. Maybe this is not it. Maybe people find out about it later. Maybe if I buy more UK influencers, do you know that kind of way? Maybe, you know that kind of way? Maybe if I use more strategy. But for what the project was, I feel like it was what it needed to be for me anyway. And then now that I have that out, I'm kind of working on different things. And now I have something that I can build off and learn off. So like with the next project, I'm like, what worked, what didn't work? What worked was I did this. What didn't work was I didn't have a team. I was trying to do everything by myself. Now I've got this person doing this, that person doing that. I know how to approach the internet a little bit better. You know that kind of way? I know how to make people talk. You know that kind of way? So kind of working that way around kind of stuff. And like even like with the songs on the project, they mean a lot to me. Like Pieces. Oh, Pieces is such a beautiful song. I know you know that song with Be Humble on it. Like I remember I went to the studio, it was me, Be Humble, and then he had this other writer that was there. And I just found these chords and we're playing them, and it was just so organic. I'm singing stuff, he's singing stuff. I'm like, "Oh, Femi just did this on a song. I think you should try it." So like, one thing about Be Humble is he can sing. You see that Pieces song? There's no auto-tune on it. The first part, we recorded it in slow-mo and sped it up to sound like we did some crazy stuff on it. The outro, no auto-tune. Be Humble is just rolling. When he came to my show, he stole it. He stole the show. I was saying, yeah. He said, "Oh, the pretty girl said, hey." I said, "I've come to learn."
Listen, he has a knack of doing that because he did my show. God bless him. And I remember those. I can speak about it because I was an idiot. So obviously I had Where's Your Head on my podcast because I haven't had them on my platform. I've been on their platform like 4 or 5 times. And we're speaking about some stuff. I was a jackass, and obviously he was upset, and he was getting told some advice from some people, which I don't like. But look, it is what it is. You man, do your thing to not do the show and to use some personal things that happened to me against me, blah blah. And it's a good thing he's a God-fearing child. Be humble. He obviously was angry, of course, being angry. But I remember pulling up outside his gaff, 4 or 5 in the morning, we're having a chat, and I said, "Look, I know my show. I'm humble enough to say this. I know people are humble enough in this thing. Whatever you do, there's a lot of people that aren't humble, and that's why they're not in the position that they are. We'll talk about that. But I'm humble enough to say, I said to BB, I need you. You are the key for me to having a great show on you." To the point where the director of the next day, when he was speaking to Smiley kind of wasn't really, because obviously how I did the show, because I don't want people were paying to see me. I don't wanted it to go like, I don't want people to leave, "Oh, it wasn't worth 25 quid. So I had like stuff, I had a lot going on. But I just knew the key for me having a good show is this boy. Yeah? The director said he was talking more about Be Humble than he was talking about me. Well, Plantain, I don't care.
No, it's not
Smiley wasn't happy with that because it was like, he should be talking about me. But see, the thing with me, I'm different to a lot of people. I want everyone to get their shine, even if it's coming from me. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, of course.
Bro, when I started doing this, bro, on Instagram, I was bringing on, it started off with music. I was doing music competition. I was giving away money. I was trying to give people a platform. My neighbor, like John made money at the start. She was doing amazing. I don't want to name her name because obviously whatever, yeah. But But I remember having people on, blah, blah. And I started doing like interviews and where I came here and giving people a platform because I know my thing is gonna do well and like in the community, local champion, all that shit. So I want to give the light that I'm giving it to you. So people from my job, they all start, oh, this Be Humble guy, start. Some people from the community that probably didn't know him start. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, he already had his own name. I'm not trying to say, oh, I created Be Humble or whatever. No, but those people that didn't know him, that from my job, that I can say,
of course,
that were like, what the fuck? The director loves him. Fucking wants him to do his own show there in the Civic. All this blah blah. And I just, he, like you said, he's fucking top, bro. No, and he was the key for me having a great night. Do you know what I mean? And I said it to him.
Oh, he's dead.
I said it to him. Do you know what I mean? And he feels a little bit sometimes he's not rated here. Maybe because obviously he's in the UK.
It's not about not rated. It's not about not rated here. Just that kind of way. Like this place can humble anybody.
Ah, listen.
You know, it's not about not rated. It's just the lay of the land. And I feel like once he gets his moment and if he's able to create a thing, all those things will come. But he's building the work. Yeah. He's got the work rate. You know. He's got the serious work rate. He doesn't care if he puts a TikTok up and it's got 200 views, if it's got 500 views. He's doing the work. And the people that are making it are doing the work. Karen Lawani, for example, her and Jordan had a weird connection because she was on the cover of the thing. But I remember she did an episode of Sharon's podcast. And then what she said, I don't care if I'm going to throw my content out there. People are going to see it when they see it. And it's going to work. I wanted it to work. Like, she ended up being the cover of the biggest song in the world. There's people all over the world that don't even know her, that know her doing this on the cover of the song. Do you know that kind of way? And I feel like Be Humble's gonna have that moment in time. Just needs to stick with it. As I pray for all of my guys. You know that kind of way?
All of us, bro. Everyone that's doing whatever. It's just what I speak about, bro. It's consistency.
Yeah.
Learning. You really have to be. I say this, Plantain. You have to be study what you, bro. Before I came, like I said, I'm gonna listen to. Obviously, I listened to it before I went to your listening party as well. Still have the bleeding bottle from yo, because I listen to your bottle, yeah. And you have to really study your craft. Bro. I'm studying the craft of being a presenter, bro. Do you get me? Because one of my biggest things was cutting across people a lot at season 1. Because I'm so like giddy. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you don't always have to be so fucking funny either. Look, I remember before when I started this again, someone hit up my manager and was like, "Dongo's not being funny." I was like, I didn't come into it. Being funny on a podcast for an hour and a half, 2 hours is not fucking.
It's not really
not easy, bro. It's not. It's supposed to be our stories, bro. Yeah. I'm trying to spoil that little kid from the block, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like from listening to us, and obviously we're both on our journeys, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that's the gig with this. So no, for me, like I said, like I said this.
And then you can't force funny. That's the thing.
Sorry,
you can't force funny.
No, you can't, bro. You can't. You can't. But I do feel like something will happen with someone that's gonna open up the doors for everybody. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like obviously the girls are doing that now. Obviously Jordan. I know people say he's not really us because it's not.
Bro, do you know the amount of work he's done down here? It's because people don't know.
Yeah. That's what I have some conversations with people say he's not really us because he's not. It is up for debate. I don't know.
Bro, he signed to an Irish label, doing all the shows, all those. I'm not gonna say anyone else's name, but like those other guys that you see around, he was doing the same gigs as them, the same circuit. He just didn't give up. I know when I started music, I know who's still doing music now. You know that kind of way, and he was one of them. I look at him, you know.
Let's go back. We'll get into that. Let's go back to the project for a little bit, right? Yeah. 1942. I was going through a madness, and I remember that came out. Plantain, I'm not gonna lie to you, because that was a single one before the tape drop. I remember listening to it. Obviously you were promoting it and all. I was like, the lyrics. I was like, hi. It was hitting me because I was going through like similar, right? And I took down some words, and I wanted to get your thought process when you were writing this lyric, yeah? You say, so listening to this morning before I came in, I said, right, cardiac arrest just at the thought of you. I said, hi. What were you going through when you were writing that lyric, bro? Because you said you were going through a breakup, so chat to me.
1942 is not the breakup song, though.
No, I know, but like, it's part of your story, though, isn't it?
Well, it's part of the story, but 1942. So 1942, again, this is my American influence. When I said America changed my life. So my cousins, their mom was just...
Sorry, was the breakup song Still Healing?
Yes.
I have a lyric there for you.
Perfect.
I have a lyric
there for you. 1942 was... Because obviously I was going through that as well, so they'll kind of...
Plantain. This is pain. Hey, sorry, me, I like pain music, man. Usually when Arsenal lose, I play on my pain list, but this one is good. Sorry, go ahead. Hey.
Yeah, 1942 was the pain from my auntie dying. So, so my cousins were drinking a lot. You know that kind of way? They were drinking a lot. And Like, I come from a Christian family. My dad doesn't drink at all. His brother died of alcohol poisoning, so he never drank. Do you know that kind of way? At all. I've never seen my dad drunk. I wouldn't even want to see what he'd be like that way. Do you know that kind of way? So being over there and seeing how they use that to handle their problems is kind of what I transposed to think about my problems. You know that kind of way? And then like the cardiac arrest is just like, so yeah, something terrible. Like every time I think about you, like my chest, you know, that chest.
That will do that to you, bro.
You know, kind of way.
That will do that to you.
And then that's how they feel about their mom. And that's how I'm feeling about my situation right now. You know, kind of way. I'm kind of comparing and contrasting it. And the maddest part about that song is, if not for Femi, that would have been an Afrobeat song.
Explain that, boy.
I feel everything should be Afrobeat, but then I played it for Femi, and it goes, Plantain, this is beautiful, but nah. Imagine 1940.
Yeah.
It wouldn't hit the same.
Thank you, Femi. Fucking hell. Yeah.
You know? But
So,
yeah.
it
was just about, that line was just to emphasize pain and shit like that.
Yeah, so I remember saying this one as well. It's like, when you told me that we were true, I fell to my knees. I couldn't believe it. That's still healing, yeah? Hey. So, are you telling us there she broke up with you, yeah? Obviously.
Oh, Jesus.
No, we need to talk about it, bro. We need to talk about it. I've been dumped. I've been dumped.
Yeah.
I've been dumped. So let's talk about it, bro. So what's that?
Yeah,
At
it's
the
tough.
moment, like you're speaking, yeah? And see with that though, are you, obviously she knows you do music and stuff like that, yeah? Are you speaking to her as well when you're writing these lyrics?
Not even. I'm just speaking.
You're just speaking in general, and then obviously someone could be going through this.
And yeah, someone could be going, but I'm just writing. You know, that kind of
Did
way.
you fall to your knees? Did you fall to your knees?
Let a little tear, you know.
It's pain.
It was rough.
We don't listen because we do machismo men, yeah. Heartbreak. There's two things in my life I wanted to say this year, right? The only thing that can break my heart, obviously, my children fucking up or doing rubbish. 3 things: Arsenal losing, gal, bro.
Yeah.
It's real. Men like to do. We don't care. Behind them closed doors, bro. It's like I'll add another thing because what you said as well, in Still Healing, you say now you're moving on. You're in his Benz. As for me, I'm still healing.
So that's not word for word, but that's just more like the person's moved on with their life.
No, but what? Yeah. So, but what I'm saying with that is like it's relatable because, brother, do you ever like if you're even seeing a girl and I just didn't work out, and she posts and she's in like to do the dashboard.
Yeah.
Ha!
It's tough. No, it's tough.
Especially when you don't drive.
I need to block people. I can't see. I can't see that.
What?
Nah, I can't see that.
Chat to me about that pain. Has that ever happened to you?
Nah.
No.
I didn't. Bro, as soon as this thing, I don't
It's
want to.
over, yeah?
I don't want to see. You know, kind of way. That would.
You know, that's real though. Like you said, yeah, it may not have done what Spotify didn't pick it up, but that's real what you were saying there, bro. I remember I was in Germany. I was on loan. But obviously, this loan deal knew I had a club, right? Speaking of football, I don't understand. This isn't about football. But I remember being in Germany. She said, "Okay, bet I'm gonna play this game, bro." She posted the dashboard while I was in Germany. My head was hot, bro. Especially the fact I'm in Germany, I can't just like pull up or whatever and say, what you doing, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that's real. That dashboard one there, but men won't say that though. They'll try and be machismo, but I home that crying. Do you get me?
Yeah. It was tough. So like, Still Healing was a song that like I kind of put all those emotions into. 1942 is like the second half of it, but Still Healing was like all of that. Yeah, it's over. It's, you know, kind of way.
Hush.
Be Humble even helped me with that song as well.
Did he? Yeah. He's good with pain music, bro.
Yeah,
he's very good with pain music. And you see, with the obviously you did a headline show with it as well. Yeah. So how do you think that? Obviously, I know you said Be Humble style, but how did you feel doing it? And is your second one? Yeah.
Yeah, it's my second
yeah.
one.
So chat to us about that. How do you think that went for you?
I feel like it went good. There's definitely things I could have done better. I see myself way bigger than I am. Do you know that kind of way?
Same with me.
I see myself way bigger than I am. And it's a struggle trying to get to that space. But like people that see themselves bigger than they are, they eventually get there. Eventually. Like,
do you suffer with imposter syndrome? Can I ask you that?
Sorry?
Do you suffer with imposter syndrome sometimes?
That I shouldn't be here? No, not really. But like, it's just that like when I big myself up and it doesn't go the way that I want it to, I don't think that's impossible.
I big myself up, right? But then sometimes I do. I get like I remember people always like. I'm grateful that I do get championed a lot, especially, but there's people that hate me as well, which is fair enough. They're allowed to do that. It's what I'm portraying. They may not like it, yeah. That's cool, right? But it's like sometimes, like when someone like says, "Oh, don't go," like I remember I was with Ness. We went to Gloria's show. We were walking up the steps, and some guy was like, "Oh, Dongo, is that Dongo?" To Ness. Ness can tell you this word for word. He He's the guys from Paris. He's saying to me, oh, he watches my podcast and stuff, and I should be getting more views and all. Because obviously, you know, getting 1.5k views, 1.6 in Ireland for a podcast is good.
It's a lot.
He's probably thinking like, no, he's watching like, I won't say Club Shay Shay, that's mad. It's like, say he watches Chucky.
But bro, it's the equivalent, bro.
No, it's not
No,
really.
bro.
Say UK.
You're doing the same thing.
Okay,
It's how many other people are taking it, but to the listener. Like I remember when anytime someone says I'm their favorite artist, I'm like, how?
Yeah.
Do you know that kind of way? But to me, I'm the same as Drake to them. We don't have the same bank account, we don't have the same resources, we don't have the same thing, but we're doing the same thing. Like, do you know how many people that Where's Your Head At is their favorite podcast they listen to every week? How many people that don't go, even the GTG girls, and they're still not huge. We need to do you know that kind of way? Like to him, you're the same as Drake.
Yeah, no, but he's like, oh, I'm from Paris, and he's like, I like your podcast. I was like, Paris? Jeez, that's something going on. I remember even before, true story, this is on my kids' lives. Just that lockdown. I remember Belfast was open, but Ireland wasn't. I remember going to Belfast, queuing up for some club. I forgot what it's called. And these lads clocked me from Belfast, bro. And I was like, what the fuck, man? I was like, and that was the time everything was shit hot. You get me? And sometimes even like people, I'll be walking through Grafton Street, people walk up to you and all, blah, blah, blah. So I do, like, that's where I suffer. But then I'm at home, I'm like, or even on the last podcast, I'm saying to Mukhtar, no, in my mind, I love what Cristiano Ronaldo always says, yeah? You all can say Messi's the best, but in my mind, and I'll say it with chest, I'm the best. Do you get me? In my mind, I believe it. Do you get me? Yeah. And I say this with chest as well. If I'm out here, consistent, just like everybody, put us all together, I know I'm gonna be up there. Do you know what I mean? If not number one, do you know what I mean? Like, but I don't have and it's a whole package. You can say you can have the conversation, you can have the charisma, the bravado, you can have all you want. You can have the street, you have the hood. You're not consistent.
Yeah.
And like you said, they're putting in the work, what you're not doing. You can have all the excuses all you want, lack of fun, we're in here every single week. We're all our problems, we're all wherever. Do you know what I mean? So you're calling yourself the best, you're not putting in the work. You can't say that, you get me? Yeah. So that's where like I feel like if I start putting in the consistency, trust me, my name's gonna be out there. 100%. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
And I can see you in that presenter bag. Even like
that's what I'm trying to get to, bro.
Even in Ireland, it might be a thing where you might have to relocate or something, but like I could like initially when Nessa started, she used to interview me in Pirate Studios with just me and her. Like she used to proper build her. And you can see her now. She's doing a few things here.
She's all over.
She hasn't reached her peak yet. When she reaches her peak,
No, she hasn't.
You know, kind of. So I can definitely see you in that bag. Definitely.
Yeah, 100%. Say, so what's the gig now, brother? Like, you said you're working on a new project, yeah? So when are we gonna kind of see that getting into like motion?
Eventually, I'm just working on the music at the moment. Yeah. I want the music to be good because I feel like people, like you said, people appreciate consistency, and with music, it's a lot harder to release. Maybe if you have 50 podcast episodes before you have 10 songs. Do you know that kind of way? Just the way music kind of works and stuff like that. So I'm literally building the content to thing, and then when I'm ready.
That's what I like about you. You'll create, bro. You give me the vibe of you're one of them people that, bro, if you're like, it's 4 o'clock, 5 a.m., you're just thinking of, does your mind ever stop?
I actually try to let it stop because it gets too much when you're doing it all the time.
Do you remember you were doing the little content for pieces with me?
Yeah.
I remember I was there and you were just like, yeah, don't I can see you. And I was just thinking, this guy, you're like, you give me Pep Guardiola vibes where you're just a perfectionist, bro. Is that hindering you sometimes that where you want everything like you're always thinking or you want everything like to your
life never gives you everything you want anyways. You just have to manage the best of what you can get, you know? But yeah, so I'm working on the project and then managing Femi as well. I manage 2 other artists called Babsy and Sophie. But I'm looking at as much talent as there is in Ireland that needs the guidance that I can give. And like the thing with artists, a lot of them are lazy. So I need people that aren't lazy, that are ready to put the work in. Bro, these kids on the internet, they're making the songs on I found out Vybz Kartel did all of his songs on his phone when he was in prison. You know, kind of way. People don't really have that hunger. And that's what I used to like about Andre. Me and Andre's biggest song together, a song called Joe. He recorded that on his phone. And I wasn't even supposed to be on the song. I was just supposed to mix it. And then someone goes, Plantain, just throw a verse on it. And that became a moment in that time in our community, in our culture, do you know, kind of way. And it was something that we both enjoy because he was like, you know what, I don't have the resources, but I'm going to make it happen. A lot of people don't have that kind of if they need the biggest this, I'm waiting till I have this studio. I'm waiting till I have that microphone. Da, 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 da. That thing's gonna come in. It's still gonna be shit because you didn't practice. you know what I mean? It's true though.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I was young, I used to be like, I want to get a MacBook. I want to get a MacBook. I still worked with everything until I could get.
Yeah, 100.
You know kind of way.
Yeah. I'm kind of like that as well. With I hear that, like, do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you have to figure it out. Because I was talking to Jesse the other day, and obviously the work he puts in outside of his craft or whatever, just to make sure this X, Y, and Z is done. He's a grafter, bro. And even, you know, Davidas, I work with Davidas.
Okay.
He says to me, we were talking about you. I was like, do you want a question for Plantain Papi there the weekend? He was like, I don't know what he said. He didn't give me his question in the end, but let me try and ring him if he actually answers. But yeah, no, you're saying like you're a proper grafter, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like you're proper in your hustling bag. Do you get me? And that's what you need to do, man. That's what these artists need to figure out. They need to be proper. Like, if this is what you really want. Because here's a question. Let me ask you, right? In the rap game now, in your opinion, why do you think it's gone so quiet? Because it's
In Ireland
quiet.
in general.
In Ireland, fuck the rest of
Okay.
them. I don't care about the rest of them. I care about this country.
So, Ireland rap music. You see, it's such a big question because like even now.
No, but it's just your opinion.
No,
because
I'll have to go back before I can go forward.
go back, go
Okay.
forward, do what you do, bleeding.
So cool. Like
Jumping jacks if you want.
if you look at all them Sully and them, those people like proper like started it, all them G boys, all them G tribe. Those I wouldn't even know them. It's just my housemates that have been telling me about that.
Yeah.
They didn't have the resources. They didn't have there was no one looking at them. There was no one funding them. Do you know that
The
kind of way?
lyrics. Or the lyrics.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. I won't lie, some of the stuff was good for what they were doing, but not everything's going to be good. And they're just putting everything out. Do you know that kind of way? And when Ireland had its biggest rap music was with the beef. But all these
Congo Boy says that a lot.
was with
He says when people beef, they make better music. Do you agree with that? I was going to ask you that, actually.
when people beef, they make better music. Not necessarily.
Okay, go
But
ahead.
depending on the music. With drill and aggressive music, yes. I used to love that song that these UK boys called No Censor. They put a beep every time they killed someone. God forgive me. Do you know that kind of way? But those songs,
That's mental.
there was something in them that just made them so. Do you know that kind of way? There's just something about it. So like even with like the A92 and the AV9 beef, that drove a lot of music. People that weren't even involved wanted to involve themselves so that they can have a shot blowing. A92's biggest song, they're dissing AV9. Do you know that kind of way? Even Kendrick Lamar's biggest song now, what's he doing?
We spoke about that last episode, yeah.
He's dissing Drake.
This Drake, yeah.
Do you know
Diss
that kind of way?
Drake. Come at the king.
That kind of emotion, hate. People say it's love stronger than hate. They're both the same, but people can kind of work with both. So it's not always love that pushes stuff. Hate really pushed the rap scene in Ireland. And a lot of these guys are saved now. It's true. Shout out to Open Circle or whoever's doing the work. They're not out on the street stabbing each other anymore as they used to be.
This fucking guy.
Bro, it's true though. Bro, am I lying?
Yeah, hey.
Bro, it's true.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys are not doing that. So it's having a head-on effect on that music. Because if your music is driven by someone's intestines being out on the streets. No, but it's true though. But bro, I'm not lying. Do you know what's the maddest part? Let me even tell you a mad part about this whole beef thing. So my family moved to Balbriggan. You know I told you I grew up in Blanch. I moved to Balbriggan when I was 18. I wasn't even a youth in Balbriggan. People only know me that I live in Balbriggan because they know my siblings. And because of the social media stuff I was doing, I'll be posting Balbriggan again. I'm a Blanchard at heart. When I did that song with Andre, do you know they were pressuring my brothers in school saying,
Fuck off, Plantain.
Bro,
It's that deep.
bro, me, I'm singing Barry Mullet. What the hell? The pressure. Oh, he went to make a song with the Ups. He's not. Can you imagine? Like that's how deep that beef was.
Do you know what? I'm not going to say the artist's name because I don't want to incite at him, yeah? But I remember that War song came out. And there was certain guys on it, obviously involved in certain shit.
Yeah.
There was we'll talk off camera. There was an artist that was on that there that niggas were trying, because he was on a song with certain man.
Bro, these things drove the music.
No, this rap game is mad, innit?
Do you know kind
Mad,
of
innit? It's
like
mad.
even in the
If you think of it,
even
it's
in the UK
fucking
now,
mad.
when J Hus and Kojo Funds were beefing, the music that came out of that, there's a one in all of those were beef songs.
Yeah.
Do you know kind of way?
Yeah.
So that was the driving factor. So once that was gone, kind of pulled away from it, you know? And then like, so that's I think personally with the rap scene, that's them. Because what are they gonna rap about? Really, truly, what are they gonna rap about? They can't rap about girl all the time because they're not built that way. They're not gonna rap about their feelings because God forbid they tap into that and put that in the song. So the main ignition for what made the Irish small brief scene that we had. Like even with the how many affiliates, he's talking about people that is biffing, splash this, that kind of way, but they're not splashing anymore. That kind of way. So that has proper like diminished that a lot. Do you hear me? So I think that's, in my opinion, that has led to the sharp decline in that kind of music. You know.
So but by what you're saying, how it picks back up if there's a beef.
I'm not saying.
No. So, sorry, I don't want to put words in your mouth. So, what I'm gathering,
Yeah.
is that if there's a beef, it will pick back up.
No, because
So, how can it pick back up?
How
Like
can
you
it-
said, they can't tap into their feelings. They can't chat about gal. What?
well, if there's a beef now and they've all stopped rapping, do you know that kind of way? Like I feel like they were kind of centered and positioned towards it, especially because, like I said, we copy a lot of stuff that happens in the UK. So even I think there's a Niners in the UK as well. I don't know who they are, but there's another group in the UK. I think Tion Wayne and them, they call themselves the Nine as well. So like we kind of tend to mirror a lot of the stuff that we do in the UK. So maybe if they have a moment or something, we might tap into it and maybe start fighting ourselves again, and you know, kind of way, and then have another rap moment. But from what I've seen anyway, the most, or in your opinion, when was the most flourishing the Irish rap scene was? Was it not during the beef?
It was, and then obviously I remember even lockdown or probably pre-lockdown. But I remember Smiles had a run where he had the same by the neck. Do you get me? He had a good run with Outside. He done like that Carl and Pepper song that done millions of views as well. John Main, and obviously Cello came in, obviously doing what he was doing. So it was hot around that period there. I think from 23, 24, especially 24 really.
It's
Until
difficult.
Jordan popped out. I know he's
Yeah.
not a rapper or whatever, but like, until Jordan popped out, I'm not really hearing nothing from Ireland like that.
It's difficult to, because you're waiting for the but you're still tapped into the guys that aren't making it out. You know that kind of way. But like even making it out, it's a sustainability. You know that kind of way. Okay, here's the real life stuff. So I obviously know all the guys at the Irish execs that would have done stuff and that, and I'd speak to them, and then they're telling me that like these guys from Ireland, they're going to England and they're getting pressured by the guys in England. That's what I've heard. You know
What
kind
do you
of
mean
way.
by pressure? As in like people are
they're-
rolling up on them.
Yeah, like.
What the fuck?
Bro, like, oh, you think you're bad? You're talking about this. I remember that one of the guys that had a really big moment. I won't say his name. He went to London and allegedly they pressured him. They were saying, "Oh,
Are you just
bro, no." What I'm saying this because
first.
if you now have that moment, what are we praying for? We're praying for that moment that everybody sees us for what we're doing, right? You've made your big drill song. You now go to where the real drillers are. You know that kind of way. And then you think you're gonna now outpass them?
Wait, are the drillers just they're obviously hearing what the boys are saying? Like, yeah, what?
Bro, yes.
But they're not even saying anything about them, though.
Exactly. It doesn't matter, bro.
Oh, don't kill me, bro.
Bro,
Because, bro, my cousin is a real road man, bro. And we always talk, that's why I'm laughing my head off, because they're fucked over there, bro.
No,
They're not normal.
Bro, I was in the studio
I'm
on the
actually
weekend,
quiet.
right? I was in the studio on the weekend. This is just the weekend that passed, right? I seen a baseball bat in the corner of the studio.
In UK?
Yeah. In the corner of the studio. I was like, is that for protection? And then before I left the studio, I saw something that made me realize that,
How much you crying?
that's the least of the protective measures that they have in that studio.
Oh,
the baseball bat. And in the recording studio, you know that kind of way.
I hate you, Plantain.
They
I hate you.
they live way different than we do.
Yeah.
So like if we're going over there, because the thing is with all this stuff, it's progression.
Yeah.
So like with Jordan now, he's now signed to an American label. He's gonna probably do a lot of bigger American features and that, and then maybe try carve a niche for himself in there, and then we can now say he's an established artist.
Yeah.
Kind of like what Haircut would have done if they were able to continue with their thing. Kind of like what Reggie Snow did. And then you kind of just fit into there and then they build a niche. But like having your moment that takes you out of Ireland is just the first step. I feel like a lot of people just get to that first step.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to know
sustain, yeah.
to sustain. That's what led to us talking about these drillers going abroad and then people looking for them and stuff like that. Because they're like, oh, what? You think you're bad? Yeah, how many what? Do you know that kind of way? Do you get me?
Yeah.
So there's been no one that's been able to. That's why even when we're talking about Sicko, I was like, okay, let's say Sicko has a big moment. He's not gonna get played on RTE, bro. I have an artist that makes the most radio-friendly music ever. He's not gonna get that mainstream art. Jordan is on the thing. Have you ever heard him on the radio?
No. I was talking to someone yesterday. They were saying to me, Femi could have that next moment. He could possibly be like, I know you're saying artists don't make radio friendly, so obviously Femi does, yeah?
Yeah,
So could you see him having that Jordan moment as well?
definitely.
He did like 1 million for the first time.
He did 1 million streams.
I texted him, he held up my message. He's gonna probably watch this. Femi, I don't know what the gig is with you, is up my message. Yeah, folks, I congratulated him.
Yeah.
Talk about giving people flowers, and then they'd be saying, Ireland doesn't support, doesn't give flowers, podcasts don't give.
He's actually just really bad at that. Like, manager opens messages.
Go on, go ahead, bro.
He could be the next person to have the moment, you know, that kind of way. But I feel like he has a good chance because again, he's not gonna run out of content. He makes love music, he makes pop music, he makes stuff that a lot of people want to hear, and his talent is he's got a really good ear. Do you know that kind of way? He's got a really good ear for sounds and stuff like that people would want to hear. And he's a decent performer. It shows on 20th of September. I don't know if this is out before then. If it's out, 20th of September.
No, we'll probably miss it.
Probably miss it. But anyway, the show was deadly. Come on. What you call it? Yeah, so he could have the next moment. We're not really chasing moments. We're trying to build.
Trying to build, yeah.
We're trying to build.
Get yourself ready.
Be a better
For
artist.
when it gets to that.
For when it gets to that moment, because the moment will come, but like these moments come and they go as fast as they do. Like even with the 1 million streams, the 1 million streams is really good. But there's so many artists now with 1 million streams. So many artists. What does that actually mean? Like from being an artist manager, it doesn't mean that much. Do you know that kind of way? And this is not to put, because I don't have 1 million streams as an artist myself. Do you know that kind of way? And this is not to put anything down on him, but to show that like that 1 million streams, okay, even if we turn it into money, 1 million streams is about 5K. And if you've got all your stuff done properly, maybe you get another 5K on the publishing. I can say that I've spent more than 10K on different stuff, studio sessions since I've met Femi, you know, kind of way. And it's not to brag or anything. It's just to show that like
It's the gig, bro.
Even with your biggest moment, do you know that kind of way? Like a lot of this stuff is not as financially lucrative.
No, it's not, especially on the come up, bro, when you haven't got that machine back in your.
Do you know that kind of way? As people think it is. So there's a lot of work. You know that kind of way. So the main thing is that people need to be ready to work, you know? And just love the work.
Yeah, we've talked about that. And how do you, because Trey Wavy as well, Trey manages Sicko.
Yeah.
How do you navigate being like a manager and an artist yourself? Like what takes priority, really?
I want to see myself fully managing artists. But artists don't seem to have the hunger that I want. So I have to still keep making music to fulfill that thing. Like I have an eye for like social media stuff. Like sometimes I might like, even people that aren't artists, like for example, me and Aisha went out for lunch one day. You know Miss Universe. And then she was telling me some of her woes. And I was like, if you do this, do that, and make a video about it, it's going to go viral. Do it tomorrow. And it did. You can ask her. Literally, like, and I give my artists these tips all the time. And it's just family that listens to me the most. He doesn't even listen to me all the time. He just listens to me the most. And it breaks my heart because when I want to embrace somebody, I don't want to not embrace you because you're not doing what I'm saying. It will look like I'm trying to use you or you know that kind of way, like I'm not genuine. But it's difficult to find artists that are willing to put their own work in, take good criticism, take good advice, and then work. So like to fulfill that, I love making music, but I prefer to manage. Do you know that kind of way? I feel like with making music as well, it has a lot of downsides. Like even finding a stable partner, it's tough. Do you know that kind of way? Especially when you're making music and like the person that you're trying to be with isn't a musician, is a quiet person, just a regular person. They don't really. They'll say that they understand it, but they don't.
You're talking about is it in a relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I even. It's been tough in that aspect for myself as well.
When you're out there a lot, it's difficult.
When you're out there, like a lot of women around you and stuff, and like even like sometimes I'm in the studio last week. I didn't come out till 11 o'clock. And going home, obviously trying to be a father as well. No bollocks. It's tough, man. It's tough. You need to really find someone that understands what the gig is. Do you know what I mean? And support you as well, because you can have all the managers in the world, all the collabs in the world. I always feel like the closest person to you that knows everything about you up and down, sees you crying, sees everything, is your partner. Yeah. So you need that person, boy or girl, to be strong for you. Yeah. To be that kind of like that vessel, to be that rib for you. Do you get what I'm trying to say? If they're not gonna push you like that, it's long, bro.
Yeah,
it's long, 100% long. But yeah, look, what I want to ask you, just two last questions, just to wrap up. Then it's like, so let us know what's going on with you soon. Anything coming up, any projects, or what's the gig, and plug your socials as well where you're at as well.
Yeah, I'm just working on more music. I feel like I just want to make as much music as I possibly can, and then see where it goes. I'll just make as much music as I can, and then split it
Keep
up.
pumping up the content as well, bro. Your content stuff is sick. Bro.
Yeah,
all them little ideas and all.
I'm starting that back up again. I'd love to get. I feel like TV is gonna fade out very soon, because like even if the big movie execs are shaking in their boots, these are the Epstein, all them weird people that have billions of dollars. If they're shaking at speeds and they're shaking at thing, we're in for a shift in how we consume stuff really soon. So I'm trying to be like, without saying too much, kind of ahead of that. I might transition out of music maybe into more, because I act. So I might transition out of music into more like acting kind of stuff eventually. But I'm just having fun with it, you know? I'm really just having fun with it.
And I need just quickly, because I've stopped doing this question, but I should really be doing it before I forget. I'll be kicking myself in the car when I'm going home. What's your advice for people like that are in that crossroads of like, look, we keep talking about people need to woke, we're just critiquing, if I can say. What advice would you have for someone that's not been woken, and how do we get them to work, like get them into the studio and hone in on their craft? If you have any advice for them,
just look. It might not be for you if you don't want to do it. So first know if you want to do it, and then know why you want to do it. That's the next thing. Because a lot of people just do stuff for the crack, you know, kind of way, and then it works out, and then they're looking all around like, what happened? How did I get here? You know, kind of way. But anyone that's supposed to be there will know how they got there. Do you think Kevin Hart can say that he just got here?
No. I know Kevin Hart's story. He didn't.
Nobody that has built something that's worth building says that they just got here. So you need to know what you're working for, why you're building for, and you need to give yourself patience and time. And then you need to figure out your strategy. You know, I always talk about Jordan because what he knows is strategy. This isn't the first time he's done this. Like I was saying before, he went viral before. And then what he had was strategy. So I feel like what I learned from him is that like you need to have your music, but then have your strategy. You know, kind of way. And how people are going to consume it. Because it's all well and good, you go to the studio, you make your music, but we get the kind of reward from the consumption of the music. It's not the making, unfortunately, you know? So I just say take some time, work on your strategy, work on your music, and then come back kicking, you know?
One more question as well, actually. I would have killed myself, but I have to ask you. Getting to open for Burna Boy, what was that like for you? Because obviously we've seen shout out Abby as well. That's doing Coldplay. That's fucking sick.
Yeah, that's
and obviously
hard.
that's who she fucks with. Like that's our goat. And she got to open for them and then perform with them. That was amazing. So shout out you. I actually texted her today as well. I just thought I was gonna get aired, but I don't care. I can get aired because she's doing an amazing thing. But she actually reached back out to me.
Femi, can you see me?
Thank you. Do you get what I'm trying to say? You know what I mean? Like, but nah, look, that was fucking amazing. Shout out Abby. But like, yeah. you opened for Burna. So how did that come about? How did they pick you? And what was that moment like for you?
I picked myself, bro. Do you know how many emails I sent?
Oh, you sent off emails to his manager, yeah?
Bro.
Yeah, you're giving the game, bro.
Anybody that knows Burna Boy, if my sister said that she was out and out and she saw a guy that mentioned Burna Boy's name, bro, give me his number. What?
Yeah. This is what Jesse was talking about, was about like being there and asking information, yeah.
Nah, I was hungry. I said that this guy's coming to my city. I have to be there. You know, kind of way. I make the music that I feel that would sync up with it. I remember when I'll tell the story and I'll tell the TikTok stuff that happened after. So, Burna Boy came twice to Ireland that year. He came in March and he came in October.
I went to both.
Yeah, the March time, I really wanted to do it because it was just after my headline and I just sold out my first headline that year. And then I was thinking that the Irish promoting company that does all the shows, can't say their name, they were the ones that would bring Burna Boy. But they actually weren't, and they didn't have anything to do with the show. I didn't want to kind of like keep bothering them, like, oh, you know, we just did this show. Is there any way that you can put in a word for me? And they're like, yeah, but they weren't too like, you know, oh, yeah, he's coming, but he's not us, da 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 da. So then, seeing that it was an African promoter that was doing it, and you know how those African people are, that kind of way. It was a struggle. I couldn't get through to anybody. It was tough. We were emailing.
Yeah, they're not checking them emails.
Nothing came about, and then. The week something did come about, they saw it, and then they never got back to me. And then I seen that it was coming again in October. I said, you know what? We might have failed the first time, we're not failing the second time. We went harder. More emails, more calls, more trying to find whoever's doing it, DMing people, getting aired. Until we reached an Irish DJ who was their connect. And then he's seen that this person was seeing that this plantain person, this person was seeing that this plantain person. Okay, so what do you want? I said, I want to open.
I think I know who it was, but go on.
Yeah, he was like, what do you want? I said, I want to open, bro. He said, what's your setup? I said, I work with a live band. He said, forget that. All you can have is DJ. I said, okay. I can do DJ. And then I brought. I said actually no, you DJ for me, and I'll bring my friend.
Funny, man.
I'll bring my friend to hype, and then that just rounded off that year. You know, that was a sick year. Headline sold out. Trinity Ball, Longitude, Mario Kun, just everything back to back, and that's when Still Healing should have come out to keep the momentum going. But
strategy, like you talked about with Jordan.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
well, I didn't know, but life is a learning game. So
yes.
Even for all the young guys watching this, like okay, do your stuff, but when you do get that moment, know that you can't stop. Burna Boy's on top. Why now? Because he hasn't stopped since Yay. He's been going back to back to back since he actually got back allowed into the UK. He's been going back to back to back. This guy's selling out stadiums every year like it's bread and butter. He's actually surpassed all the other African artists by far in terms of ticket sales, in terms of the popularity. You know that kind of way? He's built. I wouldn't be surprised if he could come back to the 3 Arena after his next album and sell it out as a black person. And you know how tough that is because
100%.
Even like, I know it's tough because white people love, because to sell out 3 Arena, you need white people. And I have a white friend that he taught me about Tupac, he taught me about all those, because you know white people love gangster rap. I don't know how or why.
We had Cav on the last episode, man, into hip hop as well.
They love gangster rap. Those what's those Wu-Tang Clan? They didn't sell out the 3 Arena. As much as white people love gangster rap, crazy.
Yeah. And
I genuinely feel that with the way Burna Boy is going, and even with this strategy, why is he with Coldplay in Ireland? The people that sold out the stadium. You have to see past it.
You have to play the game, bro.
You know that kind of way?
Play the game, yeah.
You don't think he has other things to do? He's in Lollapalooza this weekend. You know that kind of way? He had shows last weekend. 3 days out of his time is millions of euro. Why did he choose to come and be with them? You know that kind of way? You need to think. So, anyways, with the guys, if you guys are doing music, make sure that you keep going. Don't stop if this is what you want to do. When you have your moment, build on it. If you don't build on it and you mess it up, it's fine. Try again. But just don't stop. One last thing before I go. When I was going to sell out, do my last headline show, we didn't sell out. We got quite close and we had to downsize. There was issues, all right? We had to downsize. We wanted to do the green room. We had to do the smaller room. But we still put on a good show. 2 weeks before my show, we went to Belfast to do a live session. And I had this guy. This guy is my keyboardist from Nigeria. His name Dami. He's the funniest guy ever. He's not funny on purpose. He's just unintentionally
yeah. It's
funny.
Like Solo was in here in the studio here earlier on, and he's like,
he's just unintentionally funny.
Yeah.
So we're practicing to go to Belfast to do the live session, and then I'm on the phone to my manager because we're trying to see how well the show's going, and the booking agent isn't giving us back any details. And then my manager screenshots the email. This is 2 weeks before the show. 34 tickets. Out of potentially 400.
Jesus is Lord.
and then I just show, and it's me, Dami, and Kelvin. And Kelvin's playing the bass, and I can't even show Dami because Dami's like, so who's gonna do this? Kelvin sees Plantain. Are you okay? What's going on? I show him the phone. See, me and Kelvin are quiet. So we go up there, we do the show, the thing in Belfast. He helps us out, we kill it. And on the way back, he's like, we were just talking, and I was like, bro, you know how much money I spent on this music stuff? I was lamenting. I didn't tell him what was going on. He goes, Plantain, now we'll give up, fuck up. And that thing has been living in my chest. Do you know that kind of way? Now it's so simple, it's so local. So anyone else doesn't mean anything, but it's literally, it's once you give up, you don't have a chance anymore. Like, it's only people that give up that don't have a chance. Everybody else has a chance. And I know it's simple, it doesn't mean anything to a lot of people, but to me, that's what made me have the passion to like, okay, Be Humble's here. Let me see if he can come to the show. Okay, let's go stand outside that place and do this one. Let's hand fly. But whatever it took, it reignited the fire in me that like, you know what? It's not over until it's thing. We weren't able to do the bigger room that we wanted to, but I was able to at least put on a good show. I was able to see, even what gave me the most joy was they did after the show, someone did Spudding Tens outside Plantain Papi show. I said, wow, I've become a moment. You know that kind of way. I saw the people outside because you don't see all of that. Obviously, you won't see the people that are outside your live show. Those are the moments that like you want to be like just a ghost or something, just to see. Oh my god, I can't wait to see all those stuff. You don't get to experience that, but just to see that one TikTok that like dapping up tens outside Plantain show, and then I could see this person was there. Oh, this one person was there. That person was there, and that's what made it special to me, you know. But that one thing, now give up, fuck up. That touched me, you know. So for everybody out there, just keep doing your thing, keep hammering, you know.
Yeah, Plantain, now you've been brilliant, bro, on this pod. I've enjoyed speaking to you. It's good to have people that are speaking, bro. Speaking with so much clarity and so much, I can feel, bro, every time I talk to you, I'm around you and I hear about your stuff. I even watch you on podcasts. I can see the hunger and the drive that you have. Whatever you do, same thing you said to me, bro, I wish you the best of luck, man.
Appreciate
I want to
it,
see
man,
you.
yeah.
I want us to grow together, see us at the top, bro, where one day speaking about these moments, bro, sipping on the most expensive bottle of champagne and just, oh yeah, I'm jumping on a jet here to Paris Fashion Week. You're going as well, and this person's going. I just want that life for us, bro. And yeah, man, keep walking and long may it continue. So, have you got a question for me? One question only.
Yeah,
This is the part where I let my guests have a question for me. All guns blazing, no holds barred. Ask what you want. We wrap up.
Do you feel like you achieved what you wanted to do with the Fabu D interview?
No, I didn't get the fight.
That's what you wanted?
I wanted the fight.
Okay.
I wanted to spark him because of what he what he said about me brother Sean. Obviously that little incident, everyone knows about it. Family members don't cry because it's public knowledge. I don't want people, why'd you talk about that? Well, I was fucking crying over everything I say. I'm getting sick of it. That's why I've said it in a couple of episodes. Everything I say, Plantain, people will be fucking crying. But yeah, I felt like, say for instance, right, the level I'm at, say, and an incident happened, a young fella that are doing something. I'm not gonna get on and now start saying, "Oh, I'm gonna box your head in and join in on it." You know what I mean? Like that. So where Fabu D was at back then, I think it was 2018 or 19 that happened. Yeah. The whole, remember that little incident in Tala where the people went in and grabbed a few bleeding jellies and all, right? So he was huge back then, especially with white people.
He's always going to be huge white people because
Right.
he's making fun of black people. But that's a story for another
Do you know
day.
what I mean? Like, so he did that video. He's like, Sean Dongo, I'm gonna knock you out. What you rapping for? Blah blah blah. Fair enough. Sean was wrong. Let's not, in essence, and whoever else was stroking out there was wrong. Whatever, and then recording as well, even more wrong. But I would have rated you with the platform that you have to be like, yeah, young fella. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't be stupid number one, recording yourself and then just watch your back or whatever. Give him some advice. But you joined in on the, because Plantain, I still have messages here from people that they're gonna hang me. They're gonna kill me family. Because obviously there was videos of me then as well, where JDs were brought up to me. I didn't go up and rob, but they were brought up to me, and I was laughing. I was like, this is class. Ex-girlfriend records it, boom, puts it online. Someone screenshots it, puts it on Facebook. It goes crazy. Like, I've been viral as well before, but for the wrong reason, right? But I still have messages, you nigger, we're gonna kill your family, go home. Oh, I still have it on my phone. I'll show you after this, right? And you incited someone as well, because when you go into his comments, we're gonna kill this family, we're gonna do this, they're black cunts, they're this, that, and that. You as a black person. Do you get me? So ever since then, I ever said, if I ever get a platform, if I ever get near him, and I know that when they went left or whatever, people weren't happy, black people weren't happy with that interview. Never mind. Yeah, bro, they were saying, I did too much, I never interviewed. Look in the comments when you get a chance. There were 200 comments. Look in the comments. You were disappointed in you, would have liked you to hear his story and how he came. What I do now, basically. What I do, I'll probably be better off.
I didn't know that there was passion involved in it. Like, you had your own.
I was probably better off doing that interview now, because I probably will get the gig on him, and I'll probably be more, I'll still be vexed or whatever, but in a more probably professional manner. Do you know what I mean? Like, in a more journalistic manner. But he still get a bit of stick. But yeah, no, I wanted a knock at him. I know what's funny about it. He fought Ben Williams in the 3 Arena, and I obviously at that time I'm very ambitious, delusional. I'll always be delusional and dream big. But I remember saying, like, I'd love to do it in the 3 Arena, because obviously he's big, and I thought he was that big where he can get a little knock.
You're starting to see the illusion now.
But then he ended up being manifested for him. He got to fight Ben Williams in the 3 Arena. He ended up getting that scrap. Do you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, no, look, but we're on a journey, bro, and I believe if I continue being consistent, bro, with like videos and content and recording pods with great people like yourself,
Appreciate it, bro.
and going even bigger, I reckon I'll get my dream of like this being my actual job, and I'll open other doors. And my dream is that obviously, like, we all,
Because you're doing your thing, bro.
you hear athletes, thank you so much, brother.
You're a fan, bro.
You hear athletes, I bought me mum a house, and that's, I'd love to do that. Forget people see me on the street and that's nice, we know you, and you're, yeah.
There's not much gravity behind that, though.
If I'm ever, but I won't lie to you, I was gassed off it before.
No, of course,
people
of
know
course.
me and all. But if I'm able to be like, Mom, you'd never have to get up at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. again, because of, I can cover your rest of your life and retire you. That's the goal. Do you know what I mean, bro?
Definitely.
So yeah, thank you for that question. So yeah, guys, like, share, subscribe. It's been Plantain Papi. Love.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you want me to, you want me to say? That's JD. Kulak says no. I love that, bro.